everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a new project for you. For this project I have used the new Doodlebug Hello Again collection and a Simple Stories snap album to make an organizer of sorts. So my intention with this really is to organize all those leftovers. You know, leftover border strips, leftover cut aparts, leftover, ephemera pieces that you have when you're done working with a collection. And so what do you do with those? Do you throw them away? Do you stick them back in the bag and file them away somewhere and not ever use them? Do you make your own embellishments at times? Do you make cards? The purpose of this is really to organize all of those things, and if you wanted to, you could also use this to organize cards and things that you've made. Flatter embellishments, that kind of thing. So let's take a quick flip through and then the tutorial will start. So on the front I've got some odds and ends, and this collection is so pretty because it's got all those little foil accents in there that I know you can kind of see shining on the screen there, and they're just fun. So when you open it up, we've added a big accordion pocket here for larger embellishments, for cards and envelopes, however you want to do that. I've used one of the border strips, some odds and ends pieces, and then the sticker from the This and That sticker sheet in the paper collection. And then when you get into this, I've got the dividers here. So I had used the little word stickers from the This and That on my tabs here, kind of thinking initially cards. And then as I got into this some more, I was like, well, no, for me anyway, not really cards, but it, more like elements for cards. So, I know Doodlebug has like stamps that they come out with that coordinate with the paper lines. And I will make cards, but like stuff like that, like stamped images, sometimes I will sit on a Sunday and stamp out a ton of images and sit and color them all and die cut them out, and then I'll save them so that they're ready to go when I go to, when I need to make a quick card. That's the type of thing this project's intended for. However, the way I've done this, if you wanted to just turn this, continue going into a straight up album, you absolutely could do that as well with the way I've done this, put this together. So we've got our dividers, very simple mat. You could put a photo there, you could put, more ephemera on there, whatever, tickles your fancy. Nothing on the back there, just the matting. And then this is, of course, one of the little divider pieces that comes in the snap albums. And the very beginning of the tutorial, I kind of show you what all comes with the snap album. One of the big 6x8 pocket pages. And again, you can put those leftover border strips. So I could take all of these border strips and tuck them in here. If I had, you could do this by color family. So if you had, or themes. So like if you had a bunch of floral things, you could put all floral stuff in pockets in one section. You could put, all of the winter things in one section. You could put all of Christmas in one section. Just, to kind of help you organize and control all of those little bits and pieces that you have left over that you don't necessarily want to get rid of. Okay. So here I have taken one of the dividers and I took one of the pocket pages. So the snap albums have the 6x8 pages. They have some that hold 2 4x6 photos, and then they've got some that hold 2 3x4 and a 4x6. I've cut those apart, and so I've made a nice big pocket here that you can tuck other ephemera and things in there, and you can still see what it is that you've tucked into this pocket to keep. One of the icon stickers there, another icon sticker there, and again I've got just some cut aparts tucked in here, another one of those big pocket pages ready to store your ephemera, and then I've made some pocket inserts. So I've used just the white artisan. It is actually 2 sheets layered together, and you've got a pocket on each side. And in this one, like, I've got the little list cut aparts in here. Sticker from the This and That sticker sheet. More odds and ends here with the pocket on the other side. We've got another divider here that I've added some things to. Left the back of that one blank. Another one of the fun little divider pockets or pages in there that I left blank, thinking you could make notes on here, what have you. This one is the 4x, not 4x6, the 3x4 pockets here. So I really could even just, oh, maybe, sort of. It doesn't want to open for me. You know, I could take my little, well, for crying out loud, maybe I can, maybe I can't. Maybe it's not going to play nicely with me today. I can take my little 3x4 cut apart and slide it in there, and then I still, because of how I've done this, I could put leftovers back behind it still, okay? And I've got another one of the 4x6 on this side, and this one was a little bit crooked, and I didn't get out the undo to fix it, and it's fine because this is mine and it doesn't really matter. We've got a 4x6 pocket page here that was one of the extra ones, and again, the pocket that you're going to create. Another one of the cut aparts here with a border strip, and this one I just wanted to use that border strip, so that's where I put it. And yeah, it just continues on like that as you flip through here. So you've got lots of places to, you know, sort out all of those little pieces and parts that you have left over that you're not entirely sure what to do with. You know, because I know we all have them. It happens with all of us. And, you know, we don't always want to throw them out. So, yeah. There's that one. We've got another one of our divider pockets here, another large pocket here, and then another accordion pocket on the very back. So this comes together super fast. I know if you're probably looking at the length of this and thinking, yeah, no, I don't think so. I actually go through a lot of the matting with you on camera, which I don't typically do. So that kind of added to the length. Once you get past the construction piece of this, if you are just going to do your own thing with the matting and decorating and whatnot, then you'll be done. And that's about 35-40 minutes. So let's get to it. As always, thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys, and let's get to the tutorial. Okay, so snap album. I already checked the plastic off. When you open this up, you're going to take off this little piece here. You're going to pull this out. Now you'll notice they're kind of stiff. Literally, all you need to do is kind of bend it back like that, and then it will lay perfectly flat to be able to work on it. So inside, you're going to have, first part of your stack, you're going to have these little divider sheets, okay? And we're going to use these. So we're just going to set those aside. There's a bunch of different patterns. And then you're going to have these plain white ones. So these we're probably not really going to use. I think these we're just going to kind of intersperse them in there so you can use them for lists or addresses or whatever. Like this one with the numbers would be perfect to list, you know, birthdays and anniversaries and things that you need to do cards for. So we're going to set that group of them aside. And then you've got your dividers. So you've got 3 heavier chipboard dividers, and then you've got your pocket pages. So you're going to have 3 that are 6x8 full pocket pages. You're going to have 4 that hold 4x6, and then you're going to have 3 that hold a 4x6 and 2 3x4. Okay. All of this for now we are going to set aside. And we're going to start with our album. Okay, so we're going to start with our pockets for the front and back inside cover. For the front inside cover, you need a piece of cardstock that is 5 5/8 by 10 7/8. For the back inside cover, it's going to be 5 5/8 by 9 1/4. Okay, I'm going to start with our front pocket. So with the long sides, the 10 7/8 across the top, you're going to score this at 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1 1/2. I'm going to turn it all the way around and do 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1.5. And then I'm going to turn it so the short side is at the top, and we're going to do 1/2 inch and 5/8 of an inch. So you're going to have that little 5/8 of an inch gusset at the bottom. Okay, this one, you're going to start again with the long side on the top, and same thing, 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1.5, turn, 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1.5, and then turn it to the short side and go 1/2 inch and 5/8. Okay. Now we are going to trim along this score line and this score line. Okay. And if you look at it, it looks like you're not quite flush with that score line. Just go ahead and trim it a tiny bit. Actually, that one needs to go just a teeny bit more. There we go. Okay, like that. We're going to do this on both pieces because we are making an accordion pocket that can hold like envelopes and things. But we want it to have that little bit of give at the bottom. Or I'm sorry, a little bit of space at the bottom. Not give, space. You want to give it space at the bottom. There we go. That makes more sense. Okay. All right. So let's start with our back inside. Okay. So I'm going to fold and burnish all of my score lines. Again. Okay. Then we're going to fold up and burnish. And burnish. Okay. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold these in like so. And I'm going to take just a little bit of glue and a couple of clips, and we are going to glue this like so. And clip it and give it a chance to dry. Okay. We're going to do the exact same thing on this one. This one, somehow my score line is like slightly off right there. I'm not sure if it's how I just folded it or not, but that's okay. We will make it work. Okay. I did not score that one very well. Oh my gosh. But it's okay. All right. So we're going to do the exact same thing here. We're going to fold both of these in. You get a little bit of glue, and you don't need a ton. I mean, that's one of the nice things with art glitter is you don't have to use a ton of glue, and it will hold. Okay. All right, So we're going to put that to the side, grab the book, and then this one is going to go right over here. Okay, there's one pocket. That should be set up. And so this one's going to go over here. Same thing, we're going to have a little bit of space around it, which is fine. Okay. And there's our pockets. So we're started. We can come back and mat these in a little while, but that much of it is ready. Okay, so we're going to make a couple of pockets, which I'm going to do one set on camera with you, and then you'll do 2 more on your own. You're going to take 2 sheets of cardstock. You are going to cut them at the same time if you've got a trimmer that will do it. This is just so that when we finish these off, they line up exactly. Okay, so we are going to cut this to 6 3/4 by 12. You can hang on to these extra pieces. We'll do something else with those most likely later on. Okay. You're going to start with your 12-inch side at the top of your scoreboard. You are going to score this at 8 3/8. Okay. Right. Okay, you're going to then turn this so that little piece scored area is at the top, and you're going to score it 1/2 inch down to that score line. You don't want to go all the way down. And then it'd be 6 1/4 on the other side. Okay, and again, you're just going to that score line. Hold on, there's somebody at my front door. Give me 1 second. It was just Amazon. We're good. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing on this piece. So again, 1/2 inch just to that score line, and then 6 1/4. Okay, now on both of these, you're going to cut on that score line to the next score line. Okay, and then you're going to take a little wedge out, like so. Okay, and again. Okay, we're going to do this on both of these pieces. Okay, and what you're going to do is you're going to fold your sides in. And then you're going to fold the bottom up and burnish, and then you're going to glue this down. What this is going to do is create a pocket insert to go with everything else in your little binder. Okay, and again. And again. Okay. So now you're going to take these, you're going to put them back to back, okay? And you've got a couple options here because we are going to glue these together because this is going to reinforce everything, make it nice and sturdy so that you can put things in here, and so that when we punch the holes and this goes in your binder, it's not going to pull through once you do have things in there, okay? Got a couple of options. So we can glue all the way around the perimeter and through the middle and attach them fully. Or you can go up the sides and along the bottom and leave the top of it open like when we do pages in mini albums, okay? Which means that you can do this as a really deep pocket, you could do it as a shallow pocket, it's entirely up to you. I am going to go ahead and go deep pocket on this. Apparently I don't have a rag over here to get the glue off my desk. Okay, and this is the reason that you cut these together, is so that they will line up exactly back to back when you put them together. You don't have to worry about one of them being, you know, just a hair larger or smaller or whatever, okay? So now you're going to take one of your insert pieces, you're going to line it up over the top, and you're just going to mark where your holes are. And on the pocket, it will go slightly into the edge of that little pocket that we folded up there. It's fine. Okay. I'm going to take my hole punch. So if you've got crocodile, whatever hole punch you have, line it up on your little circles you just drew. I love this one. Unfortunately, I don't think they make it anymore, which is really too bad because it's my absolute favorite. But okay, so then you've got one of your pocket inserts that will go in your album. I've got one done here. This is my second. I'm going to do one more, and then we will come back and do some other things. All right, so next up, you're going to want your 4 inserts. You're going to want your pocket pages, okay? So the big ones we're going to leave, we're not doing anything with just yet, so we're going to set those 4 aside. You should have 3 each of the 4x6 and 3 of the 4x6 with the 3x4s, okay? We're going to take 1 of each of those. Actually, I'm sorry, 2 of each of those, and set these aside, okay? What we're going to do is you're going to take this and you're going to cut. Okay, so you've got 2 rows of dots, okay, where those are sealed. You want to cut just on the outside edge of that second row. So you're cutting off this little tab with the holes in it. Okay, you don't want to cut through those because then that's going to make your pocket not stay a pocket. Okay, so that's what you're cutting off. Okay, and then you're going to take this, so this is the 4x6, and I'm going to cut just below that line that separates the 2 here. So we're going to have a pocket like this. We're going to have a pocket like this. Okay. We're going to do the same thing on the 3x4. And again, so now we've got another of the 4x6. And then we've got the 2 3x4. Okay. So we're going to do this with all 4 of these pages. And right there. That's where this one really comes in handy with that little wire, even though it is not always the best trimmer. Honestly, like when you get further out on this one, the measurements are skewed, and I really need to email Fiskars and see about getting a replacement because this one is brand new. Okay. All right. So we've got those. So pick one of your insert pieces. You're going to need score tape. And what we're going to do is we're going to attach these front and back on these insert pieces. Okay, so this one I'm going to use 2 of the 4x6. What I'm going to do is just take, which I guess front and back really doesn't matter because and put my score tape on here. And yes, I know we're going to be able to see it through there. But what we can do is we can take strips of our pattern paper and do little borders on here to kind of hide those, if you want to. If you've got red line tape, that will work even better than just plain old score tape. Okay, you're just going to line this up and down it goes. And honestly, on the pattern paper, it's not as noticeable as like if it was just on plain cardstock. So really, it's okay. But there you've got, well, maybe, you've got a pocket that you've added on here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do the 3x4 just so you can kind of see what ultimately you're going to end up with here. But it's just kind of a fun, different way to use those. And what we'll do with the other ones is we're going to leave those as is, because I don't know about you, but when I have paper collections and I have leftovers, either leftover ephemera, cut aparts, you know, mat-sized pieces of the pattern paper, what have you, you know, you'll have a way with this now, with this book, to store those to make cards with them later on. I have like a weird little piece here kind of hanging on. Okay, so I'm just going to burnish that down really well. And there we go. We've got our little clear pockets. You can embellish on top of these. Like I said, if you want to take strips of paper and kind of, you know, hide your adhesive, you can. But it's honestly like, you know, I know on camera you don't really see it. Even in person, it's not like super noticeable where you have those. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing with these 3 as well. In fact, if you wanted to get really fancy, you could put them in here like this, and you could put a picture in there if you wanted to. In fact, I think I'm going to do that one just like that, because that would just be kind of different. And to be able to stick some little, you know, ephemera pieces in there to save for another card. You know, with the bigger 4x6 pocket, you could put, you know, you could make card panels that you don't put on bases yet. You know, you've got some options here. I don't know how well it would work, but you could, and I don't necessarily want to mess this up and test it, if you cut through the center of those little, where this is sealed. I'm just afraid of these coming apart and not being pockets anymore. You know what, let me try, because I had a piece from another project that I was cutting to make sure it was going to cut the way I wanted it to. Let's see if I do cut right through. The center of those little dots holding, oh, they do stay. Aha, so you could, if you wanted to, cut these in half and end up with the smaller ones. I'm not going to do that, but that could be an option for you as well. So, just a thought. So since with this one I'm doing it all entirely different, and really you could run adhesive across the top here so that it's not, you know, you're not getting both little sections as you do that. Excuse me. But I don't know that it's really necessary. Again, it's just preference on that. Okay. So there's that. So that one, we've got one going sideways. We've got one normal one. This one I'm going to go ahead and do, I think this way for like longer pieces of ephemera, that kind of thing, like the Chit Chat with the Doodlebug collections. That would be a good way to kind of corral extra pieces there, or extra, you know, scrapbook page titles. So really, this project doesn't have to just be for card things. Really, you could use this if you make your own embellishments. You could use this to store all those little pieces and parts and scraps that you keep for that purpose. I do not make my own embellishments typically. But I know like Michelle Allen does, I know Kim Rannells does. So, you know, that would be another option for you. And then our other pocket pages we are just going to use, I believe, as is in the book. It's not where I wanted it to go. Oh no, I guess it's gonna just kind of be slightly crooked. And you know what, that's okay. It will be fine. This one is just for me. It's not gonna matter. How on earth? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, that's I can't count. Okay, so this one I'm gonna do another sideways one. Okay, I think I'm going to do this one sideways again. This one I'm going to go all the way to the edge over here, and then I think I'm going to do the same thing on the back side. And really, by leaving that back open, you could almost use these as double pockets. So that's an option too. Okay. All right. So this one I'm going to go outside edge over here too. And there we go. We've got those inserts. Okay, so let's work on figuring out some of our decorations for our book. So I'm going to start with this really pretty sheet from Hello Again. This is called Forever Flowers. And I'm going to cut this to 6 inches by 8.5. So that's going to leave you part of that circle motif that's in the center of that page. And so that's going to give you some of it that's, you know, got some pop and some interest to it. And then we can do something down here, you know, separate from that. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this one down. I'm going to kind of lay that flat to do this. Okay. All right, so there's that. All right, so now we've got, okay, so we've got that on there. Now we can look at the inside here and figure out what we want to mat that with. I think I'm going to go with this one. So this is 7 7/8, so we're going to go 7 5/8 wide. And then we're going to go, how high? 4 3/4 high. Okay, so that one is going to go on top of there. Okay, and then for the piece back here, it's really up to you. We could really leave this, but I think I am going to go ahead and mat this. And I'm going to use that bigger strip that we had left. And I'm going to do it 7 3/4. That's a terrible sound. All right, so since this backside isn't directional, it's not really going to matter which way that I'm using the paper that's turned the opposite direction. Okay, I'm just going to put that down in there like so. I'm not going to do anything to these pages. We still have to do our inserts. I haven't done the inserts yet because I kind of wanted to get the rest of this wrapped up first. So I'm actually going to flip to our back inside cover. And on this one, I'm not sure if we want to do the same one. I think I'm going to do a different pattern on the back. So for the back inside cover, I think I'm going to go ahead and go with hearts on the back inside cover. So this one we're going to cut to 6 inches, which is always a good one to have. And 4 3/4. I don't know why I just measured that. That should have been fairly obvious, but you know, it's me. You never know. then for matting behind it, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that. So this one ended up being, how high was this one? 4 3/8. So I'm just going to do the same thing on this one so it goes the same depth into the pocket. So 4 3/8. Okay, there's that. Now we've got our pockets. So the pockets themselves, the matting is going to be 3 3/8 by 5.5. Okay, so you're going to need 6 pieces total that are 3 3/8 by 5.5. Isn't that what I just said? Yes, 5.5. And then you can either leave this top section blank, you could mat it, it's up to you. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is, there's my flowers. I'm going to go with that one. So I'm going to cut my 3 3/8, 5.5. Okay. Okay. On the other side, I can either go with the green, or I can do the flowers again. I think I'm going to flip it over to the green on this one. Okay. And our next one will be the same thing. And I think I am just going to continue with this same print, because we'll be able to mat all of those pockets out of one sheet. Okay. 2 more. Here's our other one. And you absolutely could do it all with one side of this paper. They're both cute. It'd be totally fine. Okay. All right, so we don't need to do anything on these other than if you want to add some of the odds and ends on top of those pockets. I am not going to put anything on the back cover. We're going to leave the back cover as is. We just need to decide if we're going to mat up here, which I think for now I'm going to leave it as is. So let's go ahead, move this out of the way. Let's grab our dividers, our little tab dividers, wherever I have managed to misplace those now. There they are. Okay, so with these, we're going to mat these so that the matting is within the about 1/8 of an inch on each side. So I'm going to go 8 by 6. Okay, that makes it super easy. So if you're going to mat both sides, you are going to need 3 more sheets of your pattern. Don't use this one. And then let's keep our, okay, so we've got that one. Let's keep this one intact for now because I think we're going to use some of those borders. I've got this one. And of course, I'm not going to use my cut aparts at this point. Or that cut apart because I love that one. So that's what we've kind of got. So I'm going to cut this down to 8 and then into 6. Okay. And then that is going to go on there and it's going to avoid our holes. I don't know why my camera is like pushed towards me instead of the other direction. So sorry if I keep getting kind of high a little there. All right. And I've got that on the other side. And then again. There. And here. Okay, so go ahead. I could just do rainbows up tonight. Okay. I love that one with the X's and O's and the little hearts. And I always love when they do the black with the really tiny multicolored polka dots like that too. It's just a good background piece. Okay. And our last one. I love those butterflies. I love the butterflies on this one. It's just a fun one. Okay. So like I did just do that right, didn't I? Ugh. Okay, so there's our inserts. So let me figure out where I put my this and that stickers. Just one second. Okay, so this and that stickers, I am missing one from another project. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick from these little word stickers to put on these tabs. So this one I'm going to do family. This one I'm going to do friends. No, little heart stickers, stay there. Okay. Did I just do that totally wrong now? I just put that one down upside down. All right, and then thank you or hello or love. I'm gonna do thank you. Okay, so there's those. Let's grab our book. We're gonna go ahead and put these in. So I'm gonna do family first. I'm gonna go till I get to my next little divider like that. I'm gonna do my friends one. Go down to my next little polka dot divider and do thank you. Okay, so we've got our little pieces and parts in there like so. All right, so now let's look at our cover. So we've got space here. I think I'm actually going to leave the spine piece right here just the way it is. I kind of like that. And then I think I'm going to do, I'm going to hold on to this for just a second because I'm not sure if I want to do that one right there, that Life is a Beautiful Ride, or if I want to do some odds and ends. So let me grab my odds and ends and we're gonna sort those really quickly. Okay, odds and ends. Let's go ahead and sort these. So these are so fun because they are, a lot of them have foil. I've got a little bent flower here, but that's okay. So I'm gonna put all these little flowers and hearts in the middle here. Put some trees over here, butterflies, and then little household pieces right here. Okay. Put the cactuses, the cacti that is, and the house plants together. Hearts can go in here, butterflies will go here. I think we'll put flowers over there too. I love how many butterflies are in this. It's so cute. And we've got that little piece. Got a cute little car. We've got another heart there. We've got a letter. Bicycle. Another little rainbow there. This one that is my favorite out of all of the pieces and parts in this collection. And then in the odds and ends, there's a second one, which I totally have something I'm going to do that I'm going to kind of center around that, I believe, assuming it works out like I want it to. Because that is always the hard part, is I will have ideas. Sometimes they don't always work out like I have in my brain. Oh, I love that. That's what I need to do. I love the little cola one. That's just too cute. Okay, hearts, hearts, hearts. Little bitty flowers and little hearts. More little hearts. Oops. Cute gold foil cloud. Little car. Little gold foiled hearts. There's gold on the butterflies. That's so cute. Clouds, and another heart, more flowers. Another one. There we go there. And I have an idea for this, but I have to see if the cut file that I want to use for that is the same. I think it is, but I'm not positive. There was a little TV kind of like that with the Christmas collection last year, that they just put the SVG files for that one in the Lori Whitlock shop, which is where you can usually buy the SVG files for most Doodlebug lines, which, if you've looked at any of my older stuff, you know I'm a huge, huge fan of. We're going to put the sunshines with the clouds and the rainbows. Oh, there's a little yellow house. The yellow house is so cute. We've got some more pieces. You get so many pieces, and every odds and ends pack's a little bit different. This one has 160. I think it was Cute and Crafty, I want to say, that had like 190 pieces in the odds and ends. There you go, tea instead of coffee, and then there's coffee. That's okay there. Actually, I'm going to put that one with the rest of the butterflies. And a little gold coffee bean. Oh my gosh. How cute is that? Camera, another little rainbow, flowers, another little house. This little Today Is Your Day is so cute. And the clouds. So, back to this. Okay, what we can do is do a little cluster on here. So this is why I don't typically record when I do these kinds of things, because this takes me forever. Okay, so we've got a little house, we've got the tea, got another little house. I just don't know. This is always so hard. This is the part where I always have the hardest time. And then we too have these, and we've got, oh, I don't want to have a different plan for those. We've got all of these little cut aparts. Okay, so I like this with the sending your love with the little end table and the thing. So I know we've got a chair in here, and I know we had a little table too. Here's the little table. Oh, it's got all the books on it. Was there a second one? I don't remember. I want to say there was, but I might have been imagining that. Or here's another option. Okay, little house, little house. I love the hot air balloons. They're so cute. Little car. I think I have another idea, actually. And again, this is why I don't do this part. Oh, there's the other little end table that I wanted. Because what we can do, and I think would be incredibly cute, so we can either do something with those, which I think I want to do that inside somewhere. So what I have pulled out is the typewriter, the notebook, the 2 letters, the package, and then Today Is Your Day. So what we can do is we can kind of build ourselves a little cluster here. I'm going to play with this. I'm going to stop talking. I will probably end up putting this, like speed this up when I edit. So you guys can just kind of see my process for how I decide how I'm doing this stuff. Okay, well that was easy. Maybe I don't have to speed it up because I think I like it like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is kind of do that, and I think we'll end up adding, oh, I do have that one. And one more little piece. I'm kind of leaning towards this little yellow one. Okay, I think that's exactly how we're going to do it. So, well, hold on, let me get them arranged again. I want them okay, so this one we're going to do down flat. Like so. And this one's going to be flat. Okay. That one I'm going to grab some foam tape. And you could do them all completely flat. Actually, that would be just fine too. Like so. And then this one like so. Okay. And then we will, I'm just going to put, I don't have any little bitty ones. I do not. Okay. Well, I'm going to do it like this. So I'm going to put them just on the top. Then I'm going to glue on the bottom because it's going to sit just on the edge there, but I don't want to pop the whole thing up. Okay, so there's our cover, and this one doesn't have, I mean, we could have used that big Today's Your Day, but I like the little one. Okay, and then I've got my icon stickers, and I'm just going to pull a couple of these little bitty gold hearts off of here. Oh, for crying out loud. So, got my nails done, and he did a good job, but they're too thick, and I cannot manipulate anything right now. I'm so irritated. But that's just what happens sometimes. Okay. We have another gold one. I do not, but I have a little teal one, so we'll use him instead. Okay. And maybe one more little butterfly. Let's use that little guy. There we go. Cover is done. If you wanted to add in the chit chat or something, if you bought that in addition to this, you know, you could do something else on here. But honestly, I like it simple. That to me is done. Okay. So now we can just go through here, and everything else that we do, you know, even if we're clustering things together or whatnot, I am going to keep it flat, just because this you're really going to be flipping through and doing more with. So I'm not going to get like too crazy with what all I'm putting in here. No, not yet. So I'm just going to go through and do a little bit of decorating in here, and we're about ready to wrap it up. Okay, so I've got some of the decorating done for the most part. So I've used a combination of odds and ends, the border strips, the this and that sticker sheet, and the icons. You of course can do that piece of it however you want. I did not decorate the backs of the dividers. I did end up deciding to leave the top part of these blank. You absolutely could mat them if you wanted to. It's entirely up to you. And then this is one of the cut aparts. So at this point, we've got these cut aparts, these cut aparts, these, and the lists left. So what I wanted to do with the little list pieces, let me kind of get some stuff kind of cleared out of the way for a second here. What I'm going to do with these is I'm going to go ahead and cut these apart. Missing right at the very end there. Okay, so I want these little 3x4s. And what I'm going to do with the 3x4s is I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to find like this little piece, or depending on which pocket pages I have in here, and I'm just going to tuck one of these in there. Okay, and I'm going to do that on each one of these. So on that one, I'm going to go ahead and do it on this back. I'm going to do it on the back on that one. I'm going to do it on the front on this one. That way you've got somewhere that you can write yourself little reminders if you had, you know, a list of people that you wanted to, which really, you know what, I'm going to go ahead with the rest of these and just do the same thing. So that is the 3x4, and those actually fit in there perfectly, which is awesome. Okay. On this one, I'm going to put both of those in there. And I'm going to flip forward to this one. Oh, no, not that one. Just kidding. I'm actually going to just tuck that one down in there. All right, so then, like I said, kind of the whole purpose of this is to organize all those little bits and pieces that you can use for card making, that you can use to build your own embellishments, that kind of thing. So like I've got these cut aparts. We can absolutely just tuck these in one of our pockets here. I could take all of my longer border strips that we haven't used, like so, and we could tuck those in here. You could cut apart the rest of your cut aparts here and tuck those into pockets, so then you've got all of those elements and pieces and parts ready to go when you need to make a card.